First of all, it is a sham that we sit here and y'all pretend as if you care about what the people have to say, but we are going to make y'all listen as long as you will. This map does nothing but divide, distract, and depress. There is this idea that was put out there during his opening remarks that this does so much for black folk. Well, let me tell you, as a black person, it does not. Let me tell you that in this map, to be clear, y'all added you added two additional Anglo majority seats. Now, when we went through the 21 maps, you added 2 Anglo majority seats, and now you're adding 2 more Anglo majority seats. And then you've decided that you are going to pack and crack, and that is the language that I am going to use because that is the legal language. And I also just want to remind y'all really quickly that it does not look good when you take every economic engine out of my district and then tell me that I am supposed to sit here and be so happy because you added black folk from a whole other community. When you want to talk about monoliths and whether or not they exist, this idea that you just take people and move them around. I have 200,000 people who were never in my district, and my district is 766,000, playing move minorities around so that you can somehow claim that this is nothing but partisanship. The only way that you get here is by making sure that you trample upon the rights and the liberties and the voices of minorities. So let me give you a few facts about the state of Texas. The state of Texas only has 39% Anglos, yet somehow under this map, we are going to have somewhere near 60-something, almost 70% of these seats are going to be chosen by Anglos. If we were looking for fairness and to follow the Voting Rights Act, you'd have 15 Latino opportunity seats, 15 Anglo seats. You then have 4 African American opportunity seats. Then you'd have 2 Asian opportunity seats, and the other 2 seats would belong to coalitions because we are a majority minority state where over 60% of this population is people of color. So if you want to do what's fair and right under the Voting Rights Act, as well as if you say that this Fifth Circuit Court case matters and somehow changes everything, my question to you is, when are y'all gonna do y'all's maps? Because you did your maps in 2021, and then the case came out, and I haven't seen y'all talk about the fact that you're gonna redistrict the House and the Senate.
Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is raising serious concerns about what she calls a deliberate attempt to silence the voices of minority communities through redistricting. In a passionate and detailed testimony, Crockett criticized the proposed congressional map for dismantling her district's economic infrastructure and weakening the political influence of Black and Latino voters across the state. She pointed out that the newly proposed map strips her district, Texas 30th, of major economic engines. Dallas Love Field Airport, the entire downtown Dallas business hub, and a federally funded medical research center have all been removed. These areas, historically part of her district, are vital sources of jobs and development. Their removal, Crockett argues, is not coincidental, it's strategic. What's more troubling, according to Crockett, is that the map creates 2 additional Anglo-majority districts, despite white Texans making up less than 40% of the population. Meanwhile, the state's population growth, 95% of which came from communities of color, has not been reflected in political representation. Instead of expanding access to the ballot, she says the map dilutes minority voting power through a tactic known as packing and cracking, terms used to describe the manipulation of district lines to either overconcentrate or fragment minority populations. Crockett made it clear that redistricting isn't about who gets elected, it's about who gets to choose. And under the current plan, she believes people of color are being stripped of that choice. She cited census data that showed the Anglo population in Texas has steadily declined over the past 2 decades, while Latino and Black populations have grown. Yet, she pointed out, white majority districts still dominate the congressional map, a contradiction she says undermines the basic tenets of democracy. Further raising alarm, Crockett revealed that she, and several other minority lawmakers, were drawn out of their own districts, despite confirming their addresses in advance with legislative officials. She says this move signals intentional displacement and could signal a legal red flag. We are prepared to take this to court, she declared, calling the redistricting plan a violation of both the Voting Rights Act and the 15th Amendment. Throughout her testimony, Crockett emphasized that this fight is not about partisanship, it's about fairness. She urged Texas lawmakers to reject DC-style power plays and return to the state's tradition of bipartisan governance. With the map now under legal and public scrutiny, she made one thing crystal clear. This isn't just a political disagreement, it's a civil rights battle. Stay tuned as this high-stakes redistricting fight unfolds in Texas. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for continued updates on stories impacting your rights and representation.